Hello everyone. Finally, if you were waiting for this, today to wrap up on my character information for Fresh Pretty Cure, the analysis of the series. Now, I do recommend to look at the other analysis videos so you understand what was going on here. Anyways, without further ado, it's time to start the analysis with a couple of changes too, if you're watching the video. Fresh Pretty Cure is the 6th season of the Pretty Cure franchise. Directed by two directors, Junji Shimizu and Akafumi Sako, and produced by Toei Animation, the series premiered on TV Ashi on February 1st, 2009, succeeding Yes Pretty Cure 5 Go-Go in its time slot. The series themes are on fruits, card suits, clovers, and dancing. The Fresh Pretty Cure series has two directors, Junji Shimizu and Akafumi Sako, who both do a lot in the Pretty Cure franchise, but let's talk about what they're known for outside the series. Junji Shimizu is known for directing a lot of One Piece material, a Yu-Gi-Oh! Short, and 4 episodes of Slam Dunk. The second director, Akafumi Sako, does a lot of Pretty Cure directing, which is what he's best known for. But outside for the series, he's directed 2 movies, one in 2013 for the Todoroki series, Toriko the Movie Secret Recipe of Gourmet God, and the Dream 9 Toriko One Piece Dragon Ball Z Super Collaboration Special. And back to Fresh Pretty Cure, the series composition is done by Atsushi Makara, the character design is done by Hisashi Kagawa, and the music is done by Yasuhara Takanashi instead of Naoki Sato this time. Studio where the Fresh Pretty Cure was made, we'll always know is Toei Animation. The series aired only in Japan on the networks Animax, TV Ashi, and Ashi Broadcasting Corporation. The series aired from February 1st, 2009 to January 31st, 2010, with a number of over 50 episodes, which is the first time Pretty Cure got up to that number of episodes. There are 2 opening themes for the series, which are called Let's Fresh Pretty Cure and Let's Fresh Pretty Cure Hybrid Version, which was used once Cure Passion joined the team. Both themes were done by Sumio Matsumi. The 2 ending theme songs for the series are You Make Me Happy, and this is also my favorite song of this series, and Happy Together, also done by Shimizu Matsumi. Now, in my previous analysis on the Pretty Cure series, I didn't really talk about the movies. As you know, Fresh Pretty Cure has a movie which aired on Halloween of 2009. Fresh Pretty Cure, the movie, The Kingdom of Toys has lots of secrets. And it was also the 7th movie in the franchise. In the movie, the Cures help out a stuffed toy bunny, Eusapion, who belonged to Love as a child, and they have to stop a vengeful toy who was abandoned and rescue toys that have been taken and free the Kingdom of Toys from the abandoned toys takeover. This is also where Cure Peach becomes Cure Angel Peach for the first time. The Fresh team, along with the previous Pretty Cure teams at the time, in all the past, all made their first movie crossover, which also marked the first All-Stars movie debut with Pretty Cure All-Stars DX, Everyone is Friends, The Collection of Miracles. Although Cure Passion is not in the All-Stars film because she was East at the time since it came out on March 20th, 2009, and Setsuna didn't become Passion until July of that year. In it, Love, Miki, and Inori meet the Max Heart, Splash Star, and Yes 5 Go-Go teams and have to fight off the signature monsters of the previous seasons and main antagonist, Fusion. The total of cures in this film were about 14 cures. And back to Fresh, since this is their analysis. Fresh Pretty Cure has a manga which ran from 2009 to 2010, was done by the Pretty Cure manga group, who makes all of the Pretty Cure mangas from Futari wa up to Hiragara Sky, the current season airing the Kamikita twins. In the manga, it has retellings of some of the episodes in manga form, along with stories that are exclusive to the manga. And it was reprinted into a collection in 2015. The story of Fresh Pretty Cure centers around Love Momozono, a second-year student at Public Yotsuba Junior High School. One day, Love goes to see the concert of a popular dance unit called Trinity, and she is impressed. Seeing Mayuki, the leader of Trinity, kickstarts Love's dream to dance. However, because of the sudden appearance of a Nakaromeke, the concert became a disaster. Labyrinth intends to overthrow the town and control the whole world, but doesn't that seem like a far-fetching conspiracy? Love yearns to protect the people and see Trinity perform live once again. A pick run is motivated by the strong feelings of love. It turns her mobile phone into a transformation device called a Link Run, turning her into the legendary warrior Pretty Cure. Along with Tart and Chiffon, fairies from the Sweets Kingdom, Miki Ano, and Inori Yamabuki, they use their power of love, hope, and prayer to defeat Labyrinth's evil plans. It's time we start to talk about the characters that make the series with all the action and dancing there is. Now, the character information series is where I go into further detail on the Fresh characters. So if you want to see that, check that out, as I won't be doing it over here. So let's start off with the main characters first, the Pretty Cure. First up, Love Momozono. She is a cheerful and selfless girl, and the leader of Pretty Cure. She is well liked by everyone in town and hates to see others suffering. Even if they are her enemies, her alter ego is Cure Peach, representing the power of love through the symbol of the heart. Then there is Miki Ano. She is an elegant, popular girl who is talented in several fields and dreams of becoming a model. Though Pretty Cure and her friends always come first, she states she is perfect at times. Her alter ego is Cure Berry, representing the power of hope through the symbol of the spade. Next is Inori Yamabuki. She is a shy girl who loves nature and animals and aspires to become a veterinarian like her parents. Her alter ego is Cure Pine, representing the power of faith through the symbol of the diamond. And finally, our mid-season is Setsuno Higashi. She is initially introduced as Ise, who is a member of the Labyrinth, an enemy of Pretty Cure. Setsuno eventually joins them when she is revived as Cure Passion, the previously missing fourth cure, representing the power of happiness through the symbol of the club heart. The villains of the Fresh Pretty Cures are called Labyrinth, who come from a parallel world of the same name that is filled with supercomputers and technology and ruled by an evil overlord who controls all of the people of the Labyrinth dimension and plans to take over all of parallel worlds. We'll talk about him later, but let's talk about all the villains first. Ise, as you know, is the only female member of Labyrinth during the half of the series. She is a serious girl who has an obsession with defeating Pretty Cure in order to get Mobius' attention. Her human alias is Setsuno Higashi, and eventually she becomes Cure Passion, joining the Pretty Cure side of good. Waster is the second member. He is more clumsy of Labyrinth, who is more of a comic relief character despite his tough appearance. He tends to rush into things without thinking them through. His human alias is Hayato Nishi. Solar is the third member. He is a quieter and more level-headed member of the group, who takes a more strategic approach to his work. He seems to care for no one and enjoys people's suffering. His human alias is Shun Minami. Northa is the fourth member who appears later on in the series, following Isa's departure. She is an elite member within Labyrinth, with the ability to manipulate plant life. She uses sororities as monsters in battle. Her human alias is Nayuta Kita, though she never officially used it in the series. Keelan is an elite member of Labyrinth. He serves as Mobius's right-hand man, and often serves as the messenger to the lower-ranking members. Mobius is the leader of Labyrinth, who wishes to rule all worlds, thinking all of his subjects to only be mindless pawns. There are 3 types of monsters used by the villains of this series, the main monster being Nakoromeke. Its name means to cry and shout. These monsters are used most often by the villains. They are used mating with a diamond imbued with dark energy that can be created by Ys, Raster, and Soul using magic, which is then used to possess both inanimate and animate objects to do their bidding of whoever summons them. The monster also has a good version of itself called Hahoanamina, which do the opposite of Nakoromeke. They fight for good and not evil, and only Solar and Raster are shown to form a Homonomiya. The second version of the monsters is Nisukabeke. They are a new kind of monster that Mobius presented to Ys after she asked for more time to defeat Pretty Cure. Although it is incredibly strong compared to Nakoromeke's, it works by sapping energy from the user and causing them pain. Ys was given only 4 cards to summon Nisukabekes, and those 4 are the only ones that appear in the series. The last version of the monsters used by the villains are called sororities. These monsters are stored within a fruit with a voluntary humanoid shape that is grown by Northa, using the liquefied Fuku energy stored in the Fuku Dage. It was introduced by Northa and only she can use them fully, though they are also used by Raster and Solar a few times. The mascots of the series are fairies that come from another world called Sweet's Kingdom. They are Tart, who is a ferret-like fairy from the Kingdom of Sweets. He is Chiffon's caretaker and speaks in Kansai dialect. He takes Chiffon to the human world during his search for Pretty Cure. He is prone to worrying and often grumbles, but becomes weak to a good story and will become overly emotional. He also loves Kaoru's donuts, and he is the prince of Sweet's Kingdom. Chiffon is a baby fairy from Kingdom of Sweets. Chiffon likes to play practical jokes on others, often by using her psychic powers. The mark on Chiffon's forehead gives a light that has many different abilities, including bestowing Pretty Cure with the ability to transform and giving them some of their power-ups. Elder Tarimisu is an owl-like elder of the Kingdom of Sweets. He is the one who summons the pick runes to look for Pretty Cure. Waffle is Tart's father and the king of Kingdom of Sweets. And finally, Azukina is Tart's fiancée who loves him very much and supports him in whatever he is doing. She is also a fairy but strongly resembles a squirrel or chipmunk with pink fur. The pick ones also come from Sweet's Kingdom and are the ones who give Love, Mickey, Inoi, and Setsuna their powers to transform into Pretty Cure, along with Chiffon's powers too. Their names are Pyrrhune, the pink pick rune who belongs to Love Momozono and gives her the power to become Cure Peach and summon the Cure Stick Peach Rod. Rune is the blue pick rune and belongs to Miki Ano and gives her the power to become Cure Berry and summon the Cure Stick Berry Sword. Rune is the yellow pick one and belongs to Inoi Yamabuki and gives her the power to become Cure Pine and summon the Cure Stick Pine Flute. And finally, Akarune is the red pick rune who belongs to Setsuna Higashi, and when Setsuna died as Ys, she brought Setsuna back to life as Cure Passion and can summon the Passion Harp. There are other characters including characters from Clovertown Street, which I'll go over quickly by name and some with a quick summary to tell you their importance to the series. But if you want to learn more about them, please go to the Pretty Cure Wiki fandom, as that is where I get the information for the analysis. So here are the Clovertown Street residents who are named in the show. First, there is Karu. He's a laid-back man who runs a mobile donut shop that the Cures sometimes hang out, and Tart likes to eat his donuts. He also is the first to have the knowledge about Pretty Cure and keeps it a secret. He is voiced by Kenta Mida, who sadly passed away in 2016. Second is Miyuki Chien, the leader of the dance group Trinity and Love's Idol, who coaches the Pretty Cure in their dancing routines. Sometimes she can be strict when it comes to dancing, but overall is a good minor character who sooner or in the series finds the identity of Pretty Cure and keeps it a secret as well. She is voiced by Mayumi Iizuka. The third is Miyuki's brother, Daisuke Chien, who is a classmate of Love and is known to have a crush on Love. And he tries to impress her sometimes, although this usually ends up with the two fighting each other. Yuki Sawa is a friend of Daisuke, another classmate of Love who has a big crush on Miki. Kento Makoshida is a classmate of Love and a friend of Daisuke and Yuki, who has a crush on Ainori. There are parents of the Cures that live in Clovertown Street. Kentaro and Yayumi Mamozono are Love's parents and Setsuno's adopted parents in the middle of the season. Remi Ano is Miki's mother. Tadashi and Naoko Yamabuki are Ainori's parents. And lastly, Reika and Nana are Mayuki's two partners in the dance group Trinity. Movie exclusive characters had Usoppon, who was a stuffed animal plush that belonged to Love as a child and asked for Pretty Cure's help to save the land of toys in the movie. The main antagonist of the movie is Toymanji, who looks like a robot teddy bear that wants revenge on children for forgetting and abandoning toys like he was. There is also a minor villain in the film known as Cart Roulette. There are 5 items in this series, and one of them is used by the villains of the series. The first items are the Link ones, which are cell phone-like devices that the girls use to transform into Pretty Cure. They are created by the Pick Runs and must be physically unlocked in order to be used. The second item are the Cure Sticks, which only Peach, Berry, and Pine can use this item. It gives them an upgraded attack of their first attack, adding the word fresh to them. They both have different headpieces representing the Cure they belong to. Cure Peach has a pink heart, which she calls Peach Rod. Berry has a blue diamond and is called Berry Sword. And finally, Pine's is a yellow prism-like diamond with animal ears that look like a cat, which she calls Pine Flute. The third item used in the series is the Passion Harp. This item can only be used by Cure Passion, which she also uses to summon her attack, Happiness Hurricane, and she is the only Cure to have a different item such as this. The fourth item is the Clover Box, which the Cures obtain from the Mushy Bean Woods in Sweet's Kingdom. It can be used to revert Chiffon back to normal whenever she turns into Affinity, and also for a group attack, Lucky Clover Grand Finale. The last item of the series, which is used by the villains, it's called the Fuku Gauge. It's a container for Labyrinth to contain Fuku energy, the sadness and fear of people. This is in order for Mobius to take over the universe. In the season, the place where the Cures live is a city named Yotsuba, and Clovertown Street is where the Cures spend most of their time, and is one of the main shopping districts of the city. And also that all Cures attend different schools here, so here are the locations from the series. Public Yotsuba Junior High School is where Love Momozono, along with Setsuno Higashi, when she becomes a Cure, attend school at. Some of the minor characters, which include Daisuke Chien and his buddies, go here too. The uniform of the school have a formal and western style mix with pink and gray shades. For the girls, they have an emerald blazer with dark pink lining on the label, and a white shirt is worn under. There is also applies to the boys. Girls also wear a dull pink miniskirt, white socks, and are worn with black or brown shoes to finish. Both uniforms have green and yellow striped ties to adorn the shirt. For boys, the bottom pants are gray trousers. To finish, the socks are worn with brown and black shoes. Private Torgo Academy is where Miki Ano attends school. In episode 3, the dialogue describes school may be a school of arts. The uniform of the school, the top of the school's uniform strongly resembles a sailor uniform, as it is seen quite often around Japanese students. The top is mainly blue and shows a light and dark blue colored sailor collar with a dark blue ribbon tied around it. It has puffy sleeves and dark blue trims. The students wear a slightly darker colored skirt, which also has dark blue trims. The uniform also includes bluish silver color loafers. Miki Ano, who is the only main character to wear the uniform throughout the season, is seen wearing black leggings. During summer seasons, the students are seen to wear light blue, almost white colored shirt with short sleeves. Just like the winter counterpart, the shirt has blue trim. However, it does not include a sailor collar. Instead, the shirts of the uniform resembled a button blazer. It's also unknown if boys attend the school, but in some seasons, we did see some of the classrooms and back shots. There are what seems to be male students. Although if I got this wrong, please tell me in the comments. Christian Private White Clover Academy is the school that Inoue Yamabuki attends, and it's an all-girls school. From the name, it implies it is a private school for Christians. It is the first of its type to appear in the entire Pretty Cure franchise. The uniform worn by the students is a dull gold blazer with brown labels and cuffs, lined with green to match the brown checkered patterned skirt. The white worn underneath is colored with an emerald bow, and comes with brown loafers and a pair of dark, dull emerald socks below the knee. During the summer, the blazer is augmented, and the white shirt has short sleeves with an orange V-neck sweater. Labyrinth is a parallel world consisting of a city of technology from which the main villains of Fresh Pretty Cure originate. Its leader is Mobius, the main antagonist. Sweet's Kingdom is another parallel world, and the home of Shifa and Tart. The Cures would visit this world occasionally, and it's also like Palmer Kingdom, as being themed on sweets and such. Land of the Toys, also called Toys Kingdom or just Toy Kingdom, is a location exclusive to the Fresh movie and minor location series. This is where the Cures come across a vengeful toy named Toymanji and stop his revenge plan. The Land of Toys also appears in episode 35 of the series, where Solar and Waster go to chase Chiffon in Infinity Mode in an attempt to capture her but fail. The world is then seen again in the final episode, showing as one of the worlds Mobius has successfully taken over before his defeat by the Cures in the end. Now it's time for the last part of the analysis, so let me tell you some interesting facts about Fresh. In Fresh, the mascots look quite different compared to the mascots that came before them. Furthermore, they do not end their sentences with a suffix, and the tradition of ending each story with 4 mascots ends here. Unlike most seasons of the franchise, the areas affected by the battles between the Cures and the villains don't revert to normal, even after the battle has ended. Fresh Pretty Cure also becomes the first season to do these things from the previous seasons, and there are 8 of them. One was to have Imazawa Asutashi as a producer until Smile Pretty Cure. 2, the main characters go to separate schools instead together. 3, they have no version of the demon for the opening during its fight scenes. 4, it's the first season to have CGI endings. 5, the main team has 4 members for the first time. 6, a villain, that being Setsuna, was reformed and joined Pretty Cure as a Cure herself. 7, it's the first season to reach 50 episodes, and lastly, it changed the opening theme mid-season. And if you line up the catchphrases of the 4 Cures in hiragana and read the first character of each line, it spells Shirawase, which means happiness in Japanese. This is one of the main themes of the season, as well as part of Love's catchphrase. This season was considered revolutionary by Toei staff members, as they became aware that their previous target demographic, which were kindergarten-age children, had graduated and gone to higher education. And they wanted to have a broader storytelling appeal for a wider audience. Therefore, they decided to write more grounded stories for this season that could resonate with teenage girls. They also introduced more nonsense concepts. Actually, I mean nuanced concepts, such as making more human villains and the final villain being an AI. And also new elements to the franchise. These elements include a mid-season cure, which has since become a long-time tradition in the Pretty Cure series. And that is the analysis of Fresh Pretty Cure. Fun fact, actually before doing the character information of Fresh Pretty Cure, I've always thought the cures were named after different types of perfume scents. Not fruits entirely, so remember when I did the Yes 5 one? Well, Blossom is coming for character information, meaning I'm going to start talking about Heartcatch. So all Heartcatch fans, get ready. Although I'm gonna have to make sure I don't embarrass Blossom over here, if you get my joke. Anyway, bye.